You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander.
It's over, Augustine. Nowhere.
Abara, I was unaware of your survival.
Do you actually? I want no- I see now that my judgment has been compromised. So we will do this your way. I've recovered a cartridge from the Earth Directorate satellite I brought down. If you process this data, you can use...
Is the foundation that...
Why do I feel like we're about to meet some of the most meddlesome people in the world?
Attention, morally gray. Hello, daring self-determinivist. As in Ida, Idas help explore the wilds, plot our path, and you can see here. Now, I'm finished.
Through your decisions...
Well, wonderful to meet you. C.F. Pendergrass III, Strategic Reconfiguration.
I have zero doubt Auntie and I will be completely impressed by...
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
Being some corporatist in here. Or perhaps a sprat has perished elsewhere in events.
Avoid the strike. They should be at your blood.
Welcome to Auntie's fine product revival. I assume you are the disruption up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him. Best of luck to you. Do us
Heads up! Make some space! We've got a sanctioned, non-employee professional... No more bottles on factory floor! Time for our...
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. We want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to thank you for...
Ameliorator, did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stuff... So, what are these ingrate alley sprats? 12-hour? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. A lunch break, you say? All right, you've convinced me. What else? Free? Frick, giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation. What in the void are you talking about? My greed is certainly doing no such thing. What? No, I would never. That's slander. And or libel. Well, fuck. That's quite the rub, isn't it? All right, what do you... Huh. Is there more they ask? They want to relieve themselves? What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser somewhere? What more do they want? Very good. Ha!
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? That's as fine a place to start as any. What did that tyrant have to say for herself? Well, I can't... A most promising development. She willing to see reason? Free? Really? What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? I suppose that, well, you have done exceptional...
Damn! I really felt like... But I'll get him next time.
Next time? It don't matter. Now, if you'll excuse
Workers
us...
have returned and production has resumed. I have already informed the Home Office. You may tell the exec...
We understand you've been a very busy...
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talent, which is to say, we'll make it more.
See you when it's done.
Of every protector its subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability. Stop. Entertainment on torn nations and throughout Arcadia.
Oh, a new face. Though that air, how very interesting. Here, take my pass then. It grants You must mean the lathe of you.
Like stealing compost from a breadworm.
It is the duty of every protector its subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it.
Say, what's that sound? Why is the wall look so... all of...
It dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Oh, do I detect a whiff of... I should have...
And so the site...
Well, this is normally where you'd say so. Listen to this one. Oh, dear. Even in a state such as this, to what end are you here? A proposal. Adequately debate... Yes, well, you'll... So, what of the Order? Our former allies? Those cursed My position is a burden. Though your point, what say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there Your point is, in the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology. Sounds very nice now, doesn't it? Perhaps you'll consider a brief stint in the lathe of particular, as it is right now. No, well, you've raised some interesting points, I suppose. How very nice of you to say. Yes, it's true. Now, what next? Really? Might I ask for a few additional particulars? For instance, what is the title of it? My, that sounds
Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing.
110% wholly plus artificial.
I see you decided to accept my invitation. Ordinarily, reception here would detain you in a host. I wanted to formalize my gratitude. What a shame our negotiations were so violently bad. In fact, that is what Some messages have indeed been. Mayhaps we're both overly optimistic, but if there's to begin, you'll need to gain favor with both the Order, do whatever you must to earn an audience with our respective leaders, and convince you're confident. Obviously, you will need help to smooth over any points of contention during capital. As I mentioned, when it comes to the Order, approach their laureates. Oh, and you might see about improving your oratory skills in the meantime. Persuasive rhetoric.
Operations. Welcome to your new role as Site Sanitation Manager, Doc.
I see you're back from...
Our team...
You've been advanced. Certain communications have even been exchanged between our ship and the Order's headquarters. You've spoken to the delegate. A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable... Oh, my security team would never allow it. Of course, Ruth would also need to agree. Perhaps if you were to perform a few useful errands for the Order, you might earn a meeting with her to propose the same. Have Ruth reach out when she's ready to talk, and I'll set up a call on a secure line next door.
A visitor? It's for the best that you're talking to me now, instead stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there. I'll withhold my appreciation until this task is...
Asa ought to know about this before we make a move.
I'm alive. Who needs to die? Let's pinpoint what you and I can accomplish for the Order. I shall allow my satellites comprising the Hyperion Web was... I hope your zeal is... I cannot say... Collect the data... I look forward to the reclamation of the Hype. Now, how might we be of use to... Yes! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's... Yes. You've earned not only... I've informed the presiding bishop. I'm sure I don't need to say this.
Good to see you again. Since the unfortunate end of the peace, when you go in to speak with the presiding bishop, please raise the issue with her. I assure you this is the correct thing to do. For yourself, farewell.
For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. Then we would not be... However, there's something of even greater I just received the most curious transmission from Auntie Cleo. She wishes to discuss a partnership of sorts. And I must admit I have significant doubts about colluding with an entity like Auntie's choice. Why should the Order agree to even entertain the possibility? Wise enough to recognize the perils, too. Auntie Cleo has already proposed a secure
Look who it is. Her mathematicalness should be along soon. There we are. Oh, yes. Regale us with a This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better. If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, from where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive. What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for... I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question. I am amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part. I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal. And so, because Auntie's choice is suffering a cut by not receiving full control over the archive, you deem it fair for the... Very well. Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive. On the subject of science, it would be most prudent... No one understands production like we do, where Auntie's choice manages. So you ramp up production? We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humans. That assumes Auntie's choice would even abide by such a list of restrictions, and which would almost be impossible. Not to worry. We can build a regulatory commission to oversee production and make sure everything is up to... And oh, partiality concerns are a thing of the past. Obviously, regulators would... Auntie's choice is already benefiting from the Order's largesse regarding the archive. I see no reason to compromise a second time here. You've succumbed to Ruth's little conniption, have you? By the art... Pay her no mind. I disagree completely. Just look at how well the Order protected its own assets. Remember Golden Ridge? Fine. I accept this accommodation as I am the very spirit of magnanimity. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift, although the science is still largely theoretical. The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's choice would actually a 50-50 split. But that's so... equal. Goodwill rarely converts well into bits. But if Ruth's open to it, I shall look forward to There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor. I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of professional curiosity. What could you possibly need? That is, quite frankly, none of your concern. Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can... I will make no progress with my request without... While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it. Certainly. I'll even extend our corporate partners' Best I'll say is today's outcome is... Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. As am I. You certainly have a way... Well, that'll be all for today. And do come see me personally. One moment. There are still the logistics... We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Brusque as ever. Auntie, but it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. First, we must reclaim Spireton from the enemy. Unlocking and calling that lift can... Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there.